So we have 4 on 1. Everybody's pretty much maxed on the fatigue here, which really sucks. And Dira's going to go first. She's in range anyway. She's going to discard her token of... A hero may discard it during his turn to recover her health. So she's going to discard the token that she gave herself. So she's back to 3 health total left. And then she's going to cast it again. Exhaust the card and give it back to herself to take another health off and another fatigue. So she's down to 4 health left. She's the worst off right now. Theris is pretty bad too, actually. But okay, so she's going to attack him. She's here. She's attacking across to the Wrath. She's got a reach weapon, of course, the Iron Flail. She's 2 spaces away. So blue and yellow to his black. Come on, buddy. Come on. Alright, that didn't work. I'm just trying not to roll X's. That's all I care about anymore. Alright, so 2 blocks. 1 hit. +1. Nothing. Nothing. Alright. There we go. No block this time. The good thing is he's not going to be able to heal. Oh, he's weakened. Dang it. I screwed up. I might have been able to do a damage last turn. Maybe, maybe not. Well, whatever. Alright, so 1 hit plus the one-hander is 2 hits. He's already weakened, so we can't really weaken him again. So we've got 3 hits on him, and she's going to spend the 1 surge to heal fatigue. Alright. I forgot about that one. So she is done. Water affects each hero on the map. He's going to be doing that crap again. Attack a hero within 3 spaces. So who do we want him to attack? Mordrog is too far away. Everybody else is really hurting. Chalara has 4 health left. Tetharius has 3 health left. And Andira has 4 health left. And they all roll the same defense die. Let's go with Chalara. He's going to attack Chalara. Alright, so if Chalara dies, Bright Blaze doesn't leave the map. So it'll still be on the map. But he'll still be able to go on her turn, even if she does a stand-up action, I believe. So, alright, let's see what we get here. So he's attacking with blue and red. And a gray die for her. Alright, come on, let's roll an X on there for 1 time. No. 3 damage. So that puts her at 9. She's still up. She's still up, but she's going to have trouble coming up here in a second. Alright, and then spot the closest hero, and then use water. So we just used water earlier. That is a willpower test and 2 fatigue if you fail. And it affects everybody on the map. Normally it's adjacent, but it affects everybody on the map in this. So Mordrog, 3 willpower. Passes. Andira, 4 willpower. He's going to use her tome, so 5 willpower basically. Passes. Tetharius, 1 willpower. Fails. She passed it last time. That's 2 damage. That puts her at 9. Oh boy. Puts her at 9 damage out of 10. Because she's max fatigue, so she takes it in damage. And Chalara, we need you to pass this. If you fail, you get knocked out. 3. Yes! 2. She passes. Beautiful. He's done. So we now have Mordrog, Tetharius, and Chalara left, and before he gets at least another action before anything else happens here. And he is weakened, let's remember that. So Mordrog is going to go first, and he's going to charge ahead. 1, 2, 3 to get right here next to him. He's moving up right adjacent to him. And he's going to attack. He can't rage. I gotta remember his heroic feat this time. If he misses, he still gets to perform an additional attack. He does have Fortuna's dice, but he can't use them because he's maxed out on fatigue. Ugh, okay. Should have rested with him earlier. Alright, let's go, buddy. Alright, so that is 5 hits with 3 blocks, so 2 damage goes through. So that's pretty good. I'll take it. So he's got 5 out of 11. Oh, actually, no, 6, because he's weakened. 1 more damage, because this actually turns into a 2 when you're weakened. Weakened means you get 1 less, remove 1 shield from each of your defense rolls. Let me double check how weaken works on monsters, because I think there is some stuff in here about, at the end of the directions on how they affect, how they interact with those, with certain types of conditions. So let me see. Alright, so I checked the rules, and I just, because monsters don't rest, they can technically cannot get rid of the weaken ability. So conditions on monsters can be really useful because they can't do some of the things they need to do to get rid of them. I just wanted to check that Road to Legend didn't have a special thing about the weaken ability. Whoop. Okay, so yeah, so he is weakened, he can't get rid of it, so that's huge for us. So he's got 6 damage, and Murdrog just went. So we have Tetheres and Chalara left. Or Kalara. I have no idea how you say that. I'm just going to keep saying Chalara. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think I say every one of these names wrong every time, or differently every time. Alright, so start with our let's move in with everybody's maxed on stamina, so we'll go with Chalara first because she can attack first. Yeah, so she's gonna go first and maybe get a hex on him, and then maybe, just maybe, Bright Blaze could be the one to kill both of the main villains. That'd be pretty awesome. Alright, so blue and a green. He gets a black. So she is attacking from here to here. Obviously in line of sight, 2 spaces away. And she rolls an X. Alright, first attack. Second attack. She might have, even though she had a miss, and she might have had a surge, I might have been able to hex him, but I picked him up too quick, so. There we go. So that is 2 damage. He rolled blank. Wow. 2 damage with a surge. So that puts him at 8 damage. We could do another damage and recover health, which might not be a bad idea instead of hexing him. 3 left. So that'd be 2 left. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So he's got 4 damage, 9 total. Yes, 9 total damage. And she gets a health back, because she is at actually 9 out of 10 health. So now she's at 8 out of 10, so that might help her. Alright, and now Bright Blaze gets to go. Same roll. And he's going for the kill. 2 hits and he's down. Let's do it. And what do you know? An X yet again. But he had 4, which would have been 3. So he would not have he wouldn't have gotten through. Alright, so that is the end of her turn. And now we have range attacks coming in with Tetheres and 2 damage left. Going from here to here. She's got a trap token next to her for +1 damage on these. So she's rolling blue and green for her Black Widow's Web. And same thing. Let's do it. Alright, so another blank on his side. So 1 damage, and then +1 surge is another damage, 2 damage. That takes him out. So he goes to 11 damage, which is enough to take out 11 damage is enough. He's 6 health plus 5. 11. Gone is the Wrath Incarnate. Alright, so that's got to be it. Unique monster defeated. Yes. The rapid change in temperature is strange. With the mage and his wrath defeated, the many fires seem to calm and smoke begins to clear. Remembering the cultist who escaped out the back door, you take one quick look around, then sprint back onto the cool, fresh air. Back into the cool, fresh air. You win! Alright, so we get 5 fame, 200 gold, and 1 XP gained. That is awesome. So now one of the really cool things about this app, along with a lot of other really cool things, is you go to a world map. So, you spread out, search in the wood for surviving cultists, but there is no sign. Though he has escaped for now, Lord Merrick Pharaoh showed particular interest in the man. It may be best to search for him yourself, perhaps getting a step or two ahead of the Mad Mage. If nothing else, you may be able to learn more about the reason for Merrick's rampage. Alright, so, with the way this works, in general, is we now have a main quest here. Let me zoom in a little bit. And you can see it begins in 3 weeks. So we have 3 weeks to do other things, if we want. So there's usually 2 side quests that pop up. So we have a side quest here called Dragon Hunting. And we have a side quest down here called Enemy of My Enemy. So we can go do those if we want. We can also go to town, which is Tamalier here, and we can head there, and we can go shopping, and we can level up heroes with gold, and or buy things with gold, of course, or we can, that's pretty much what you should do there. But the other thing about when you go to town, you refresh your, what's that called now? I can't remember. Alright, it's called morale. I keep forgetting. So morale. So you start with as much morale as players. So we had 4 when we started. When Shalara, I believe it was, got knocked out, I think it was her, you lose a morale. If it ever drops down to 0, you finish the quest, basically. Actually, you have 1 more knockout once it hits 0. It goes down to a skull after 1, and then if you get knocked out 1 more time, then you lose the quest. So by going to town, we can actually refresh that back up to max as well. So we could go right to a side quest. Our morale isn't bad, but I would like to go to town and see if we can get some better items, possibly. So let's head to Tamalier. Alright, so after the death of King Faladier, the city of Tamalier became the first and greatest of the free cities. Travelers from across the world may be seen on her streets, and coins and languages from a dozen kingdoms are traded back and forth in her many markets. So now, when you travel from one area to another on the map, there's travel events, which are kind of like the travel cards in Realm of Descent. They pop up, and different things can pop up based on your fame. Our fame right now is very low, but so things can change here because of that. So a great roar echoes through the air, but you are unable to determine from which direction it came. When it fades, all is silent again. Alright, some of them make you do tests, and other things will happen, choices. Your journey continues. Alright. Alright, so here is our shop inventory and our town screen. So you see we went up to 4 morale because we went to town. You can take a city action here, and that is by spending 1 week plus 50 gold per hero. They can all gain an XP, basically. So for 200 gold, they can all get 1 more XP, and it costs 1 week. Remember, in 3 weeks, we have to do our next main quest. So you might not want to do that. You might want to do the other side quests. You could wait a week, and by waiting a week, it refreshes the shop items. So you can, if there's nothing here you want to wait a week, see if you get something better, you can try that. Or then you can leave, which means you just leave. Right now we have 432 gold. We started with 200. We got 200 for beating that quest, and we got 32 throughout the quest. Here we can level up our characters. Here we can see what items we have in our inventory, and then of course here is our log that tells us what has happened. We can go back and read all about what happened in week 1, all the way through the quest, which is pretty cool. Now we're in week 2. Right now we are insignificant with a fame of 5. We got 5 fame for beating that quest. And it tells you here your different fame levels. You can get all the way over 60. It influences the selection of shop items available in cities, as well as options for certain travel events. So right now we're just low end of the totem pole here. So let's see what we got in the shop. So what I like to do for this, and I haven't done it this time because I actually went and played something else with Descent recently, is they tell you the items, but they don't actually show you what they do. So you have to dig them out of your item deck. So if you're planning on playing Road to Legend only for a while, I would alphabetize these because it's a lot easier to find them. So I'm going to look through here. So we have an Iron Battle Axe, an Elm Great Bow, a Heavy Cloak, Sunburst, a Lucky Charm, and Boots of Iron. So I'm going to find all those cards and we'll take a look at them. Alright, so we have our cards here. So it also tells you in the app, the prices may be different than the cards. So let's see, the Iron Battle Axe is 100 on the app, so is the Elm Great Bow. Heavy Cloak, 75, Sunburst, 125, alright. 150, okay, they're the same here. But sometimes the app's price is going to be different than what it might show on the card in the corner here. So you go by what the app is telling you, not the card. So we have an Iron Battle Axe, which is a two-handed weapon, which looks like it could be an upgrade for Mordrog's chipped Great Axe. It's still the same dice. It always pierces, which is nice. Plus 2 damage on a surge and pierce 1 again, so that is a pretty nice weapon. That's 100. Okay, we have the Elm Great Bow, which is a blue and a yellow. This is always a nice one here. Adjacent figures do not block your line of sight. Plus 2 and 2 range on surges. It's good to have everybody with an option for melee and range, I find, because there's times when you want to waste fatigue or to move up to melee a dude, you can just sit back and fire from range. The Elm Great Bow is really good because if you're behind your party members, they don't block your line of sight like they normally do. So this is actually a really good weapon. Blue and yellow's in, but Heavy Cloak. Exhaust this card after the dice are rolled. 2, cancel 1 surge on an attack that targets you. It's actually pretty useful. It doesn't sound that great, but there's some enemies who's, I'm thinking of like the Shadow Dragon, who can do a flame attack. You can cancel that if they get a surge, things like that. There's some attacks that are really nasty with the surges. Sunburst is a ranged magic weapon with stun, which is always good, and plus 2 damage. Two-hander, that would replace the Staff of the Grave pretty much for Chalara. Lucky Charm, exhaust this card to reroll an attribute test. You must keep the new results. That is pretty good as well. And the Boots of Iron, you treat hazard spaces as normal spaces. Huh. It's pretty good. Limit 1 boots equipped at a time. It's cheap. It's not a bad thing to get if you got 50 gold left. Usually hazard spaces you kind of have to... Well, let me see how the hazard spaces work. I don't think it's just water spaces. I think hazard might be a very specific one from one of the expansions, actually. Yeah. But it could come in useful. Okay, so what do we want to do? So we could sell our old stuff. So all our old weapons and items are 25 gold, the starter ones. So we can sell them if we need some more money. So I really want that bow for somebody. And I'm thinking of either Andira or Mordrog, just to have something that they can use from range. The Iron Battle Axe I kind of really want for Mordrog too. I think I definitely want that. So I'm going to get the Iron Battle Axe. I'm going to buy that for 100. And there's no reason to really keep his Iron Battle Axe. So I'm going to sell, not the iron one, I'm sorry. That's the one I want to keep. There's no reason to keep his chipped Great Axe. So I'm going to sell that. Where's it at? Chipped Great Axe. I'm going to sell that for 25. We get some money back. And then that Sunburst. pretty nice. Stun is really cool. It's expensive. That's actually the most expensive item on here. I'm going to get Sunburst for our mage. And I don't know if I'm going to sell the Staff of the Grave. I may just give it to one of the other characters so they have a ranged weapon. So I might give that to Indira, I think. So she could choose what she wants to use as her weapon, you know, during the game here. And then we still have the Elm Great Bow, which I really want. So we're going to buy the Elm Great Bow. And who are we going to give that to? Blue and yellow is not bad. We could give it to Theris. She would lose her Black Widow's Web. This can do a lot more damage, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But I think I'm going to keep the Black Widow's Web. Actually, she can't take that. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't believe that Indira can take the... Actually, I have to check. I don't know if Indira can take this because it's a Hexer ability. I don't know if she can. If she can't, then that's going to change up a little something. Yeah, heroes cannot give class cards to other heroes. So, that changes up some of the stuff I'm doing. So, Staff of the Grave is basically going to get sold, because we cannot get rid of this. So, Staff of the Grave, we're selling you. And then the Black Widow's Web would get sold as well. So now I want to, should I sell this, or should I just give her... Yeah, I'm going to sell it. I did say that it's nice to have both, but the Black Widow's, the Elm Great Bow is a much better weapon for her to have normally, and I don't really want to give the Elm Great Bow to Mordrak. I'd rather have Theris have it and sit back and fire with it, I think. We could keep the Black Widow's Web. That Immobilize is nice. It is nice, but yeah, let's sell it. Our gold stays in here for next time too, so... So now we got Lucky Charm, Heavy Cloak, and Boots of Iron. That Lucky Charm is pretty awesome. I could actually get both of these, the Lucky Charm and the Heavy Cloak. And then I'll be down to like $7, 7 gold. But reroll an attribute test could be really useful. And the Heavy Cloak isn't the best, but there's some monsters where it's very nice to have something like that. It does take up an armor slot. This is a trinket. We'll definitely would take the Lucky Charm, because reroll an attribute test could be crazy useful. And Indira doesn't need it because she has her Sage's Tome. I think we're going to give it to Mordrak. Because he needs, like, if you get some kind of... Yeah, we're going to give it to Mordrak. And that leaves us with 82 gold, and we want the Heavy Cloak or the boots. They could, like, everything could come in handy at certain times. Yeah, we're going to take the Heavy Cloak. We're going for it. We're going to spend like all our money, but... Alright, we're taking it. So who gets the Heavy Cloak? It's in armor. Cancel a surge on attack that targets you. Let's give it to Theris. Yeah, let's give it to her. Alright, so that's shopping. And we are done shopping. So the Boots of Iron is the only thing we didn't buy. Okay. So now we are done in town. We could wait a week and skip more items because we have no money, so there would be no reason to do that. We could spend money to gain experience. We don't have any money. We spend it. So what we're going to do now is level up. So let me figure out how I want to level, and we'll do that. And then we're ready for the end of this first quest and move into the next one later. So hold on. Alright, so we're skill training. So Mordrak, the Berserker. For him, I took one that just think I fit his Berserker the best. Counterattack. Costs 1 fatigue. So it costs 1 XP. It's up here. After an adjacent monster resolves an attack that affects you, exhaust this card to perform an attack with a melee weapon against the attacking monster. After the attack, the monster was not, if it was not defeated, it may continue its activation. So if he gets hit, he can just affects you. So even if it's not attacking him, just something that affects you. Is it an attack that affects you? An attack that affects you, okay. So basically he can counterattack. He can take a swing back at guys if they damage him or affect him in some way. For our Indira, our Prophet, I took Battle Vision basically because of all the X's I roll. It could help, even though it's expensive to use it. So it has 2 things. So she gets +1 awareness up to a maximum of 6 anyway. So she goes from 2 to 3 awareness, which is it's nice to have. Each hero within 2 spaces of the hero with the insight token. So each hero. So it could be all 3 that are, if they're all close to them. May suffer 2 fatigue to reroll 1 attack die once on each attack. So I want offense there. I want offense on most of these, except for Chalara's. Let's just hit these. So for the Berserker, we took counterattack. So we selected there. For Indira, we took Battle Vision. So for Tetherius, we took Exploit, which is an action. Perform an attack. This is pretty cool. Perform an attack. If this attack targets a monster within 3 spaces of a trap token, add 1 additional green die to your attack. And then the best part, this attack gains Surge. The target is weakened, even if you did not deal any damage. So even if we don't deal damage, what you normally have to do to put a condition on something, they can still be weakened with a Surge. That's pretty cool. And it only costs 1 fatigue to use it, but it's also an action. But we also add a green die to the attack. So 1 more die is never bad. The green die is the one that gives the surges more than anything. So Exploit. And then for Chalara, we took Plague Spasm, which is the defensive one, I guess. So exhaust this card when a hexed monster declares an attack before dice are rolled, and discard 1 hex token from that monster. The target of its attack may add 1 black die to its defense pool. So that could be very useful. Black dies are obviously the best. So she has to exhaust this and spend a fatigue before a hexed monster attacks any target, not just her. And she can cause that person to roll a black defense die on top of its normal. So that's pretty awesome. So for her, we're taking Plague Spasm. Alright, that's it. So they leveled up. We bought a whole bunch of stuff. And now we leave town. We're maxed out on our morale. So now we can either go to here, which now begins in 2 weeks, or we can do the enemy of my enemy, or we can do dragon hunting, which sounds pretty good. So I don't know. I have to figure out what we want to do here, what I want to do. If you have a choice between those 2 side quests, put it in the comments. I don't know if I'm going to go right into doing another one, or I might wait a few days to do the next one and wait till this one's online totally for a little while. So if you have a preference and you don't see that the next one's already up, you know, you can throw a comment in, vote for which one you want or not. But depending on how quick I can get the next one out, I might start it sooner than I can get these uploaded. We'll see how it works. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.